First of all, I want to thank the Razorback Nation, the fans of Arkansas football. You know, they have close to whatever it was. I think it was close to 20,000 people out here today. It was a lot of fun. They were very loud. They were into the spring game, and just so thankful. I know our kids are as well. So just want to say thank you to everybody who came out and supported the football players.
Trey Biddy, you want to get us going?
Yeah, Coach. I know people are probably going to ask a lot about quarterbacks and stuff, but I wanted to ask about a couple of players. You had Eric Gregory working at defensive tackle and Miles Slusher working at cornerback. So how long has that been going on, and what was the reasoning?
Well, basically what we wanted to do today, because, you know, splitting the teams, Trey, it just gave us a really good opportunity to look at both those kids at a different position. Now, we have looked at them in practice, but not a lot. So we wanted to put them out there. Certainly they practiced it before, but we wanted to put Gregory inside, see how he looks. And then certainly Slush could be a corner for us too. We know he's a great athlete. We want to give him as many opportunities to get on the field as we can. We felt like getting him a look at corner would tell us a little bit more about him.
And then on quarterbacks, how did you think they looked, particularly KJ and Malik?
Yeah, I was really pleased with both of them. I thought KJ couldn't have had a better start. You know, did some really nice things there. I think he's certainly maturing, and he's got command of the team. His teammates believe in him, and that's hard you have to earn that at quarterback. He certainly has. I just think when we're able to run him, I think he's going to become a very, very, very good quarterback for us. Right now, obviously, with tagging off and those things like that, you're not calling any type of quarterback runs because they're not going to get many yards. You know, if you block it up good and get an arm tag, and it's down +2. So I think once we're able to use everything that he has, but I do believe that because of that situation, he became a better thrower this spring.
Otis?
Yeah, you just talked about that a little bit, Coach, but were you a little concerned there when Burks and Woods got that open for those 2 touchdowns early on?
Well, somebody's got something going on, but I mean, you're always concerned about guys wide open. But we have one of the best secondary coaches. They'll get it fixed. But certainly it was just a throw and a catch. And I've seen different quarterbacks, because the guy's so wide open, overthrow that throw as well. So Barry and Sam will get that corrected. I'm not concerned about it at all.
Hutch?
Sam, I know y'all have switched back and forth this spring between the 4 and 3-man front. I'm pretty sure y'all were only in 4-man front today. I could be wrong on that. What was the reasoning behind that?
A little bit in the short yardage. They went back to pair of 3-man front. But the reason is because we've been running more 3-man front this spring than we had 4. And we felt like the way we could split up the teams, that would allow us to run 4 down front. We need to work on it, and that's the reason.
And then also with Hornsby, I was wondering if you could touch on his decision making and what you specifically thought of his play today.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. You know, I thought he was way more accurate than what he had been in the past. He had great command of the offense out there, and again, I believe he'll be a better player when we're allowed to use the quarterback as a runner a little bit more. But I thought he had a good day. I thought he was much more accurate than what he had been early in spring.
Tom?
Hey, Sam, I wanted to get your top thoughts from, what you saw. And then when it was good on good, it looked like the offense was playing better at the first, I guess.
Yeah, I think, we haven't watched the tape or anything. I think the same thing you did. I thought the offense came out rolling. I felt like we ran the ball well. except for in short yardage situations. There was 2 to 3 times that we had opportunities of 3rd and 1, 4th and 2 to go run the football and didn't make it. But the majority of the scrimmage, I felt like our line played well and the backs ran well. You know, most concerning thing was with the 2 offense was we put the ball on the ground. You know, one of them we beat ourselves on that one. Nobody made a play. The first one, defense stripped it out on a hard run, but certainly can't lose that. I'm glad the defense got it though. But then on offense, there between the exchange, we just can't beat ourselves, and that went immediately to 7 points. So, other than that, I thought the offensive line did a nice job. There's a lot of rotation in there.
Did Barry Odom have free reign for a lot of blitzing, or did y'all back off a little bit?
No, I mean, I think he went into the game with 4 calls.
Clay.
Coach, you talked a little bit about Hornsby, but the importance of the backup quarterback, if you're going to have a running quarterback, if you're going to run KJ playing 12 games, you know, they're going to get nicked up if they're going to get hit. Just so how far along are you in your backup quarterbacks, not just Hornsby, but the ability to play multiple quarterbacks in a running offense like what you?
Well, I mean, first of all, KJ's smart. So, I mean, and I get what you're saying, but he's not, I don't think he's going to take direct hits. You know, I think he's smart. He knows how to get down. He knows how to slip off tacklers. But you're 100% correct that you can't run this offense the way we want to run it with one quarterback. You can't do it. You know, hopefully whomever your starter is stays healthy the entire year. But at the same time, you have to be willing to run the offense. And if that's the case, your number 2 better be ready to roll, just like KJ was last year when Felipe got beat up a little bit. So we're getting more and more. I'm becoming a believer of Malik Hornsby more and more each time he goes out there. So you've got him, and of course, then you got a battle there between John Steven and Coley and Renfro.
Nate.
Even with all the receivers you got, do you see kind of a role for John David White?
I do. Don't you like him? I mean, love him. I mean, he can separate in his routes. He catches, he blocks, he's tough. There'll certainly be a place for him because he's earned that. I like him. I'm glad you asked the question.
Also defensively, anybody stand out to you today?
Well, just a young guy. I mean, the older guys did what we expected them to do for the most part, but I thought Pooh Paul stood out a little bit. He made a lot of tackles out there for a young freshman. I thought he did a nice job.
Thank you.
All right, let me know if you've got more questions in the chat. Scotty.
Coach, I just wanted to get your impressions of how KJ specifically did throwing the ball down the field. Do you believe he's upped his accuracy there this spring?
Well, I really do. You know, I'd have to go look back at every throw that he made, but I can tell you this: when I was standing out in the field, I was going, it'd be hard not to like this kid at quarterback because he's big, he's strong, commanding, and he was on point. And so I don't know every single throw that he made, but I know as a head coach, I was sat back there going, I'm damn glad he's our quarterback.
And then I wanted to get your thoughts on the way Dominique Johnson ran the ball. And is he a guy who can really factor into your rotation at tailback?
I think he has to. You know, he's the big backs guy. I mean, you know, he's the big back that we have. Obviously, Rocket Sanders is another guy we're trying to groom to be a bigger back out there. But you know, when he turns his shoulders and goes downhill, you know, he's hard to bring down in the short yardage area, in the short area. So we certainly hope he will factor into that. Traylon, we did not play much today, but that was planned.
Clay.
Yeah, that kind of follows into my next question. We don't get to see Woods and Traylon much, but what kind of spring do they have? And we know how they played last year, and have they gone up from last year?
they've had a good spring. They have to, because the secondary forces you to. I've said it multiple times that I'm so proud of the way that our secondary plays and the way that they are a unit back there. And I know that there was a couple of guys got behind them. I'm really not concerned about that. We'll get that fixed. But, you know, they have to, because there's a lot of pressure that this secondary puts on them, and they've taken to the challenge. But, you know, they played enough. They played plenty today, along with Cat and those guys. We got them plenty of reps. Probably not as many as they wanted, but we've seen them for 14 practices. We didn't need any more than what they got.
Hutch.
Sam, whose idea was it to get the ball in St. John's hands? How did that play come about? What did you think?
Well, we had one trick play apiece. They practiced it right at the end of practice on Thursday. The one was a flea flicker that I think KJ got sacked on, and the other one was a throwback to St. John on the, I don't remember what team it was. White. Let's see, he would have been on the red team. He was a big old hoss to get down now. I mean, there's a lot of people riding him over there trying to get him out of bounds, but it's just a lot of fun. I knew that one was coming. I didn't know the flea flicker was coming. I hadn't heard the play, but because it came from the sideline. But St. John's, I knew was coming, and he carried him for a while. It was a lot of fun for the entire team over there.
Tom.
Your field goal guys made all their kicks today. What did you think of special teams overall, and how you come out of spring feeling about the kicking?
You know, to be honest with you, our team needed that. You know, we needed to see our guys make field goals. It was certainly a positive for me, you know, of where we could kick from and things of that nature. So I thought, I've got to go back, but I thought Sam Lloyd punted really well as well today, and then the kickers, they all did a nice job. We did kick the one. Vito kicked the one out of bounds, which we can't do. But other than that, I thought they had a nice day.
Hutch.
I'm good.
Trey Biddy.
Coach, what's next? I mean, you guys grade this film, and then what? What do you do with the players? They get a little time off, start working out.
They're on discretionary week over the next several weeks, which means they can or can't come in and work out. That'd be up to them. I think we have enough leadership that everybody will get their 3 lifts in over the next 2 weeks. We want them to. We can't make them, but certainly would like them to, and I expect them to. But that'll be the next 2 weeks, and then they have finals, and then they're going to go home and get a well-deserved break. They need one, and you know, with the COVID and all that stuff, they need to go home and relax and see their family, and then they'll be back about the 20. I want to say the 25th or the 23rd, somewhere in there. They'll be back and be ready to roll.
Hayden.
I'm good, brother. I was going to ask about St. John. I just saw Coach get a good laugh after that play.
Coach, overall, are you pleased with what you were able to get accomplished this spring?
Very pleased. Yes. I don't think we had a bad practice, and that don't have nothing to do with me. That has to do with the assistant coaches and our players. I don't think we had a bad practice. I think we moved forward each day, and I love this football team, and I love them because of the way they come to work every day. So yeah, we got better, and we will get better. We'll continue to get better just because of the character of the kids that we have on our team.
Last one, Clay.
Coach, you said after today, no more injury questions, but I think y'all came through it clean, right?
We did. Boykin went over there, rolled around. Boykin was laying on the ground, and he had an injury to his wrist, and I'm like, Boykin, your legs hurt? No. Okay, well, go over the sideline and see what's going on. And he wasn't nothing wrong with him. So anyway, we came out healthy, and I asked him with the team there at the end, was he healthy? And he said he was, so that was good news.
All right, that'll wrap us up. Thanks, Coach.